So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Maximum effort, maximum sweat, really filthy lists, and I'm playing against a member from the World Team Championships. And this is Sam. Say hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Normally you turn up, we play Horus Heresy.
Have a lovely time.
But you are a member of Team Ireland.
Correct, yeah.
And you've been to the World Team Championships a bunch of times.
Yeah, I play a lot of 40k.
You play a lot of 40k as well. And I had a conversation with you like, hey, let's do the 40k thing and show people a different side to what they normally see on the channel.
Yeah.
How many GTs, majors, things have you actually won?
Last year.
Okay.
So from memory, last year, I think I won 4 GTs and a major level event. So.
Right, that's just last year.
Just
How many
last
in total?
I don't know. It's picked up over the past couple of years, but probably 10 plus at least.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So today you're running Custodes. Why are you running Custodes?
It's more practice for team events, really. I'm playing a lot of teams at the moment. It's quite a stat checklist, so if you can't kill it, it's just going to run over you.
Stat checklist.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Is this like the list for Custodes at the moment?
Yeah, I think there's 2. I think there's Solar Spearhead, and then there's the Shield Host, just MSU and like 15 Wardens. But I didn't want to bring that because it's a bit boring, me just rolling 4-ups and then 4-up Feel No Pains and you not killing anything.
Again, I have no idea about the words coming out of your mouth. We need to talk about the table, however.
Yeah.
Because tournament events have very specific tables, how all the scenery is set up and things.
Yeah, it's all mirrored. It's there to be functional.
Okay, but I set this one up because I like to tell a story. We've got the crossroads, we've got this ruined thing. I try to make it as symmetrical as I can.
Yeah.
And then you said something about buildings at tournament events. What about the buildings?
Yeah, most tournaments, the bottom floor is like closed up, so there's no windows, so you can stage
No
better
windows
downstairs, so you just don't get shot off the table.
Because if you're in a ruin in 40k, you can see in and out of the ruin.
Correct.
But on the ground floor, all the windows closed.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so I can't shoot into you or you can't shoot out of if you're inside a ruin. Okay, so that's another thing. Let's take a look at this army that you brought. 2,000 points of Custodes?
2,000 points, Solar Spearhead.
So when they fight, they get lethal or sustained?
No, yeah, so they get lethal or sustained, so they still get access to their martial katars, yeah.
Right, and what is the solar thingy bob?
So they've got quite a bit in solar. So all the vehicles, while they're uninjured, they get +2 OC. Upon becoming injured, they lose the extra OC, but they get reroll 1s to hit.
Okay.
And below half strength, they get reroll 1s to wound as well.
Okay.
Also, all the walkers, so the dreadnoughts, get +2 move.
Right.
And they get +1 to their advance and charge rolls.
So right. So better OC, and if you get injured, you hit better.
Correct.
And then pluses to advance and charges.
Correct.
And then there's a lot of resilience in this army as well, because these guys get back up again.
2+, yeah.
So when they're dead, at the end of the phase, if I shoot 1, kill 1 on a 2-up, it gets back up again. How many wounds?
D6.
Okay.
And then because it's injured like that, I'll be getting probably reroll 1s to hit and wound, so they become even more punchy.
Right, so I've got to kill the dreadnoughts twice.
Correct.
Any minuses to hit here as well?
No minuses to hit as such, but like -1 to wound on the wardens if they're led, if your strength's higher than toughness. Also, they have access to a once per game for the phase of 4-up Feel No Pain.
Right.
Also, we've got a Telemon with double gun and Spiculus. So he's got 24 shots, 611 dev wounds, plus a Spiculus launcher.
Right.
He's a 2-up, 4-up, toughness 10, -1 damage, and he has enhancement for 5-up Feel No Pain.
-1 damage enhancement. What?
So he's got -1 damage inherently.
Yes.
And then that's a Telemon thing, and then he's got 5-up Feel No Pain enhancement.
Okay, and you can put that on a dreadnought?
Correct. You can make him characters in this detachment.
Okay. What else?
The other enhancement is on the Blade Champion. So
Yes.
he allows the unit once per game to advance and charge, and then he always reroll charges.
Okay.
He has an extra strength, attack, and damage on his profile. So he has 6 attacks at 4 damage, dev wounds, 7 attacks at 3 damage precision,
Right.
and 9 attacks at 2 damage sweep.
And that's the enhancement thing.
That's the enhancement.
Okay. What else we got?
2 units of Witch Seekers. These girls scout. They have a 3-up against mortal wounds and psychic attacks.
Right.
but they're mainly there to do actions.
Okay.
There's a couple bikes. I'll go through the strats in a minute, but these guys once per game do mortals on a 2+, take 2 for each model in the unit.
And they're the standard Virtus Praetors.
Standard Virtus Praetors, they just look cool, those ones. They're all in the right base size. And they have Hurricane Bolters, so it's 3 shots or 6 shots twin linked if they're in rapid fire, 4-1-2.
Right.
And they have Lance on their weapons just like the Venatari.
Okay.
The Venatari thing is they have a free ingress. So if you had 3 units of Venatari, for example, because it specifically says they can rapid ingress with 0 CP,
Yep.
you could ingress 3 units of Venatari at the same time.
Okay. Are they uppy downy as well?
No, they're not uppy downy. So the uppy downy is the assassin.
Right.
So this is a little bit more for at singles tech because it allows me to score the mission a little bit better. But she has a 12-inch aura of plus Vect, so everything within 12 costs 1 extra CP.
Okay.
She's lone op, fight first. And then if she's not within 3 of a unit at the end of your turn, I can take her off the board and she goes into deep strike effectively.
So make my strats more expensive and pick them up, put them back down again.
Correct.
Okay. What else we got?
So we got the 3 contemptors, like we said. They stand back up on the 2+. They got multi-melters and 3 damage fists.
Right.
And then we've got 2 Cladius Grav tanks. They've got blaze cannons on them. So they're strength 12, AP3, D6 plus 2 damage, 4 shots each.
D6 plus 2.
D6 plus 2.
So they're hitting on 2 because they're Custodes.
Yeah.
They're high strength.
They're twin linked as well, so they reroll their wounds.
Right.
And if they shoot vehicles, they have lethal hits.
Right.
And they're 14 wounds each at 2 up, 5 up, T11.
Right. So these are particularly hard to kill, and they've got lots of shots.
And if you hurt them, they get better because they get rerolls. So
Okay.
if you want to kill something, make sure you kill it, or otherwise I'm just better.
Okay. And so that's what they do. And then these are hard to kill, and if I don't kill them, they get better. That's hard to kill with the feel no pain and all the things.
These guys are really hard to kill.
Because once per battle, they can get a 4 feel no
And they're
pain.
always -1 to wound if your strength's higher than toughness.
Right. And then you've got action things
Action
and stuff.
things and some punch.
What's
and
the
some
Virtus
ability.
Praetors doing in this list?
So they still get access to the strat. So first of all, the first strat is move through walls and models for 1 CP, and like that can be any vehicle unit or mounted.
Right.
So early game, these guys can go 12 through a wall and charge, and they've got 5 attacks each lance. They've got Hurricane Bolters. They're pretty good at picking stuff up.
Okay.
And this just early game ability. The Venatari will be in reserve to come in and ingress basically.
Right.
Put pressure on you.
And then any juicy strats that I need to be aware of?
Yeah, so there's -1 to wound on any vehicle unit if your strength's higher than my toughness.
Brilliant.
Like we said, the move through walls and models for 1 CP.
Yes.
1 CP fight on death. If it's a walker, it's a 3+.
Is it?
Correct.
Okay.
There's 1 CP D3 plus 3 pylon.
Right.
And then there's a couple others.
Okay. So, if you go to a tournament event, will you see a list like this somewhere?
Yeah, you'll see a variant. So teams, like you'll probably see a triple Telemon and you'll lose a bit more scoring because it's just then a really big stat check of I've got a 2 up, 4 up in bun, high toughness everywhere. If you can't kill me, you die.
A team event, right.
Singles, if you're running Solar Spearhead, this is a bit more tech towards singles because I have the scoring pieces available to me.
Right.
And the other singles, which actually won the World Championships a few months ago, is like these guys. There's 15 of them.
Right.
So you can go up to 5-man squads of Wardens plus a Blade Champion. So it's 18 models, and they each have that 4 at Feel No Pain, -1 to wound. So you just run and stat check people.
Did they have the same detachment?
They were using Shield. I think they were using Talons because it has reactive moves and stuff for that.
Okay.
So there's a couple ways to play Custodes now. Well, you can play a lot of armies, a lot of different ways, which is nice in the current meta.
But you were telling me, like off camera, that when you go to events, you see very similar lists. Like there's a couple of this for this faction and a couple of this for this faction.
Yeah,
and
within the top players, like you'll see like at the moment like Bridgehead Guard, right? They've got the triple scions, etc. You've got slash lists that all look the same. So within the top, there's set lists. Same with the Custodes. This is just a little bit more for singles. So
okay.
Yeah.
Half of what you said made sense to me. Half of it didn't.
Probably the same for everyone viewing as well.
What I see is lots. We'll talk everyone through as we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna the coaching moments.
Yeah.
But what I see is lots of resilience and lots of killy.
Yeah, but we'll play it. There won't be any gotchas because that's not how you play competitive Warhammer. We'll play a nice, fair game.
You don't play competitive gotchery?
No, because that's not how you play competitive Warhammer.
I thought that's how you play competitive Warhammer.
No.
No?
No.
How do you play competitive Warhammer?
You play it well. I think it's a game with less mistakes, but like I'm happy for you to have any takebacks you want, etc., etc.
I don't need any takebacks. I brought a filthy list. Shall we take a look at mine?
Let's have a look.
Sam?
Yeah.
Is this a filthy list?
It's decent. I mean, if I stand in the open, I will die because it's got a million guns.
Yeah, but I put lots of line of sight block and terrain all over the place, and we closed off the bottom windows.
So the windows help.
Right.
I won't lie.
Would you ever see a list like this at an event?
You'll see a variance of it. I think you'd see the Silent King in it. You'd probably not have the Doomstalkers. You might have one unit of these.
Right.
You'd have no warriors. You'd probably have a Wraith Brick for some more resilience or something.
So this is Necrons. When I lose wounds, I have a chance to recover them. And I brought the Star Shatter Dynasty thing.
Yeah.
Star Shatter Arsenal. So basically, I've got +1 to hit you if you're in range of objectives. And then all the mounted and vehicle units have assault. So I can move a long way and shoot.
Yeah.
And what I decided to do is bring 0 punch and all the guns. So what we've got is big guns, 2 big Doomsday Arcs with their big cannons, triple Canoptic Doomstalkers with their big cannons, 1 big unit of heavy destroyers with their big guns. And those are all the big guns for all my big anti-tanks against your tanks that are unkillable. And then 2 units of mounted Lockhurst destroyers here for all the anti-infantry. Now, the Destroyer Lord, when he's attached to the Lockhurst destroyers, gives them lethal hits on 5s, which is quite nice. And this fella's got an enhancement, the one with the bendy stick, called Demanding Leader. In the assault phase, in the command phase, I can point at a unit within 6 inches and tell them to fall back and shoot. Because once these guys get locked up, they're screwed. So you need it. It's only 10 CP to fall back and shoot. And the guy with the uppy-downy stick here, he's not uppy-downy, sorry. The guy with the other stick, him and his unit ignore cover.
Yep.
So that's all the anti-infantry. Big guns for all the other stuff. And then 40 warriors. They're my action monkeys with some scarabs in the backfield. And you said, where are the Ophidian destroyers off camera, like for your uppy-downy stuff?
Yeah, it gives you a bit more versatility when actioning and maybe better screens because they're faster.
Well, 10 units of warriors that could screen some stuff, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And they've got an OC of high, maybe. These are they're going to be doing actions and running forward and screening and doing all the things. And then all the guns are going to shoot at you and then you're going to stand back up again.
Yeah.
Let's go on to deployment. 1 minute before deployment, let's just talk about the thing. We're playing Hammer and Anvil, which is lengthways, because Dawn of War isn't something that turns up in tournaments.
It's very rare.
The normal deployment is extremely rare. So we're going to be playing lengthways, which is probably pretty good for you because it narrows your field of attack against me. You don't have to spread out as much. Linchpin is all the objectives on the table are worth 3 points. And if you hold on to your linchpin objective, the one in your deployment zone, the other objectives are worth 5 points. And then we're doing Fog of War. I've got enough to remember as it is. Which is no core stratagems in turn 1. Everyone has the benefit of cover. You could ignore it after turn 1. So then I can just focus on this sort of thing. And now let's go to deployment. Right, we're deployed with this competitive game of Linchpin. I've got 1 unit of Scarabs in Strategic Reserves and 1 unit of all the shooty destroyers because, for 2 reasons, didn't really know where to put them. Also, having a unit coming on from Strategic Reserve in turn 2 makes Sam think about his deployment a bit because he doesn't want me sweeping on from a side on the left or right. And you'll notice as we look up the table, I can't see any of the Custodes. Do you want to talk about your deployment a little bit? The guys on top of ruins are actually below. We've put them on top so you guys can see them. So what was your thinking here?
I mean, you've got big guns. I don't want to be shot. The Witch Seekers look like they're out in the open, but they have a Scout 6. So
these ladies.
These girls will be at Scout 6 here if I go second.
Yes.
Or go forward if I go first. Same principle with these ladies. They can get in this terrain, which is safe.
Right. Okay.
Assassin's infiltrated. You don't have the move to get down here to shoot her, so you won't be able to interact with her round 1.
Yep.
If you go first, and then I just need to hide and just get to a staging point in my first turn.
Okay, so basically, if I've got first turn, I'm not shooting anything.
Basically.
You've got your jumpy dudes there in reserve.
Yep.
Ready to jump down all over the place. I've got the 2 Doomstalkers on one side. You can kill one of them, maybe not the other, because you do have a CP to go through ruins.
Yep.
Just like I have a CP. which has the ability to go through ruins. And there are warriors, 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 warriors. Again, the ones on top are below, ready to push forward and basically screen and try and keep the Custodes back so the big guns can keep shooting. But we need to find out who's going first.
It's always who wants to go second.
It always wants to go second.
Yeah.
Okay. Why'd you say that?
Because it's better going second because you get end of game scoring and no one's shooting each other turn one. So
Okay.
both of us want to go second.
Okay.
Right, good luck.
After you, yeah, good luck, sir. That's a 2. These are the Team Island dice.
Correct.
Yeah.
Normally they roll 6s as well.
So I want a 1, is what you're saying.
A 1 or a 2?
That's a 5. Unfortunately, I'm going first. Right. So here are the orders in turn 1. I need to take the centre for area denial and contain the edges of the battle grid. Okay, here we are at the end of my movement phase. I'm completing both of my actions, my secondaries. I spent a CP on Chrono Shift, which is a Star Shatter Arsenal thing. So I can advance a flat 6 inches with a vehicle. It does put the Doomsday Ark in harm's way. It's right in the centre of the battle grid. It's going to get nuked. But it does pick me up 5 points for area denial, and it does mean it can shoot a thing, which is amazing. And then as for containment, this unit on this flank is containing, and this one over here is containing. The other one, Canoptic Doomstalker, advanced all the way forward, so it's got guns as well. So I've actually got a couple of guns that can shoot your stuff.
Yep.
Having said that, the rest of the force back here isn't moving at all. I could move up to get some guns to bear, but I'm just putting myself in harm's way because they can't actually see or shoot anything for now. So they're staying still. This is my second wave, ready to jump on anything that comes flying out. As for advancing, we advance with that unit, we advance with this unit. Again, anything you see on top is below. So you can't charge them because of the wall thing, and they're fine. They're fine there. We're picking up our secondaries. Now let's shoot some really big guns. So I guess we're starting off the shooting phase with the Doomsday Ark, shooting at the Telemon Dreadnought. It has D6 plus 1 shots, and that's 5 shots. And you're not in range of an objective, so I'm just hitting you on 3s. And I hit 3 times. It's strength 18, your toughness
10.
So 3s to wound, and that is 2 wounds, invulnerable saves.
1 goes through.
Flat 4 damage.
Reduces it to 3.
Okay.
Feel no pain. Takes 3.
So the Telemon's on 11 wounds remaining.
9 wounds.
9 wounds remaining, and I've just given it re-rolls.
Yep.
Because once it's injured, re-roll ones to hit.
Correct.
So it's hit on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Do I shoot at it with the Doomsday Ark? Or do I put the shots from the Doomsday Ark into the little witches down there? Because I can see them. I think the piddly guns underneath... I'm going to start so I finished. So it's got the guns underneath that can shoot the Witch Seekers. And that's lethal. I do a wound.
Just one shot?
That's the Gauss one underneath. That's going into there.
Make a save.
You're good. And then the D6 plus 1 into the Telemon. 7 shots on 3s. And then strength 14 on this gun. So 3s again. They all wound. All invulnerable saves. And that is 9 damage, which becomes 6 damage.
So you're not going to kill me, so that's fine.
Yeah. Feel no pains. And you make 2 of them. So the Telemon's on 5 wounds remaining, and now it's less than half. It's re-rolling 1s to hit and re-rolling 1s to wound as well. And I think that's the end of my shooting phase. We're not charging anything. So we're actually going to pick up 11 points on the secondaries for containing an area denial and bracing ourselves for the inevitable counterpunch from the Custodes. Here's the draw for the Custodes. Bring it down, kill vehicles, very easy. Engage on all fronts, you couldn't do. So you spent a CP to burn that, and instead you got Assassinate.
Yep.
Which is also going to be quite tricky. So here we are at the end of the Custodes movement phase. The girls are below on the ground floor again. What you thinking, Sam?
Assassin's in the vector range, so you can't do any shenanigans with your entire army that's out there.
This one.
Correct.
Makes it 2 CP, yes.
I've put enough OC to take you off the point.
Yes.
And then we've lined up shots with the grav tanks into both Doomsday Ark or this guy.
Yep.
All the dreadnoughts have just moved, so
right.
They can shoot here or here. This one spent the CP to go through walls, so I've got no CP.
That one. You got what? You got 1 CP left.
No, I spent 1 to discard.
Okay. Oh yeah, 0 CP. Yeah. Okay, so let's shoot some guns. Where would you like to start?
This dreadnought straight in front of himself to the Doomsday Ark.
Okay. Hitting on 2s.
Yeah, 2 melters.
One of them hits.
Strength 9, toughness 9.
Yes.
Nothing.
Okay, now shooting the grav tank into the Doomsday Ark.
2s.
Everything hits.
They're lethals.
Okay.
3s. They all hit.
I need invulnerable saves. I make 2, fail 2. How much damage?
2d6 plus 4.
Okay.
8 plus 4.
I think it's a dead tank. It's got 2 wounds remaining, and then the underslung guns on the tank. Everything hits. And there's a wound there.
Correct, round 6.
AP.
AP 1.
Okay, so +1 because of the cover things, and I'm okay. So we're on to tank number 2, firing across into Doomstalker over there.
Yep.
Yes. 2s to hit. And you have 3 hits and some lethal, yeah.
3s. They all wound.
They all wound. 4 up invulnerable saves again. I fail every single one.
3d6 plus 6.
Yes. That is a dead Doomstalker, which blows up. Is there anything within 6? Yeah, these sisters are on the ground floor on that objective there.
Correct.
And they're going to take D3 mortals. They take 1 mortal.
You got 3 up Feel No Pain. It's mortals and psychic.
Do they?
Which they're fine.
They're fine. So that's points for bring it down, and that's grav tanks doing grav tank things, which means the Telemon, which you lined up with a little cheeky thing. The Telemon isn't shooting anything this turn. We're on to 2 more dreadnoughts.
Yeah, I have a conundrum. Do I just charge you to get extra movement? You can't heroic me because I don't want to shoot the warriors.
Yes.
Because what happens is you'll reanimate and take that objective.
Yes.
Which I don't want.
And they'll pile in and things like that.
All that
and,
stuff.
Yeah.
Am I happy with that dreadnought there? I think so. So we're going to put these things, these 2 dreadnoughts here. If they kill you, they kill you. If not, I just charge you.
Okay. So dreadnought number 1.
Yeah, dreadnought number 1. Both hit.
Yes.
Both wounds.
Okay. 4 up invulnerable saves. I'm making both.
Next one.
Yep.
1 hit. 1 wound.
Another 4 up invulnerable save. I fail that one.
D6.
It's got 2 wounds remaining and it's gone. And that one doesn't deadly demise. And that's the end of Custodes turn 1. They get 4 points for bring it down, and you're ditching assassinate for an extra CP. The other thing you've done is push me off of the objectives that I was on, because OC3 on a dreadnought?
OC5.
OC5. And I've got 1 guy. That's how far I was able to advance with the warriors here onto the central one. So at the end of turn 1, it's 5 points to 11. And I'm just going to pick up 3 points for the linchpin objective back here, as we've gone to Necrons, turn 2. Sam,
Good cards.
I got another good draw, look.
Yeah.
Bring it down, there's a dreadnought right in front. If I kill that dreadnought and it gets back up again, do I still get bring it down?
You get 4 points for bringing it down. Because you destroyed it twice.
Right, okay. What do you mean kill it twice?
Because it technically counts as destroyed when you put when it goes down. So if you kill it when it goes down and then stands back up and kill it again, you'll get 4 points.
But it stands back up at the end of the phase, right?
So you have to kill me in melee.
Which I'm not going to do. And extend battle lines, I think I can do that one.
I think you can.
Right, here we are after the Necrons movement phase. I'm extending battle lines by holding my home field objective, +1 in no man's land. Again, the warriors are below. Talk about this, Sam, staying 1 inch back from ruins. What does that mean?
So UKTC, it's not WTC, but you kind of lined the wall here.
Yes.
So for me to get in there, because there's 1 inch gap, that's engagement range. So
Yes.
I can't stand here and fight you, and my bases don't fit here.
Yes.
So to get in here, I either have to come over you, or come round through here, or through the other side.
Yes. Basically, more than an inch away, can't fit in there, can't charge them.
Yeah.
It's a tournament play. You see that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In UKTC, yeah.
Yes.
I have some ingress though at the end of your movement.
You do have some ingress. We'll do the ingress in a minute. So that's blocking off there. We had some advancing. Basically, that unit of warriors didn't advance, just in case I need another shot into the dreadnought to kill it, because I've lined up Doomsday Ark, Doomsday Cannon, and these guys down here to shoot that dreadnought.
Should kill it.
Should kill it. And then I advance this guy's round with his assault weapons round this way to try and tackle off the last couple of wounds off that Telemon. But this is a long shot. And when he was here, he was dead anyway. Mm-hmm. So maybe I can tickle off a couple of wounds on the Telemon. Anyway, you have a rapid ingress for free with the Velatari.
Velatari, yeah.
So you're thinking about dropping him there to pressure this objective.
Correct.
But the problem with that is I move these destroyers round here,
yes.
Which can shoot up the table and potentially hit them. So you
might kill 1 or 2, but it's like just I might as well. Why am I giving you free damage?
Yes.
Or the other option is just ingress them basically in my deployment zone, but they're going to move out here and pressure this primary because 40k inherently is a game of primary control. So if I can deny you primary the whole game, even if you score good secondaries like you are, I should win.
Yeah. And how far do they move anyway?
They move 10, so they would.
So over there, then 10, then a charge, and round this edge. I stuck some out the front there.
To push the screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Push it back so I couldn't sit here safe.
So you are ingressing them down here,
Yeah.
ready to pressurize later. Again, they're below. We're putting the stuff on top so you guys can easily see them. Right, so let's shoot. Let's shoot this thing, all the guns into Telemon. It'll be fine. Do the little tickly guns underneath. You're in rapid fire range. That one's lethal. And 1 wound then. 1 wound.
Cover, make safe.
You're okay. Right, the big gun has only 3 shots. And this is going to hit you on 4s.
Correct.
And it's going to wound you on 3s. And I do a wound.
4 up in one.
And you make it. Okay, that was the long shot. Then there's going to be lots of guns coming into the Contemptor in the middle because it's the only thing I can see. We'll start off with the destroyers here. Hitting that Contemptor on 2s because it's in range of an objective. Yeah. Strength 14, I need 3s. But because it's a vehicle, I reroll. Oh, look. Nice. That's fine. I wound you all the times anyway.
Not the same. 5 up in buns. Yes.
And that is 18 damage.
It's dead.
And that is, bring it down. And I don't have any more guns. Yes. And it's going to get back up again on a 2.
2 plus.
Don't roll a 2.
Don't roll a 1.
It's a 5. It stands back up again on the end of the phase. With 1 wound remaining.
Ooh.
Do I charge with warriors? That's probably a horrible idea. I've got to charge it with some warriors.
Yeah, I think it's a correct play.
I mean, do you have a strat that allows you to fall back, shoot and charge or anything?
No, it's only an enhancement. I don't.
But you can shoot out of combat.
Correct.
How many attacks does it have?
5 attacks sustained. It will be re-rolling 1s to hit and wound now. However, unless I roll like 5 6s to hit, I'm very, very unlikely to even kill you.
Let's charge you. Let's charge you. That's a 7-inch charge. So I've got 10 attacks.
Yeah.
I'm hitting on 4s, winning on 6s. And then you pick a Qatar, which is sustained or lethal, so you don't necessarily.
Sustained, yeah.
4s to hit, 6s to wound. 1 wound. Can these warriors be heroes? Probably not. That was only 4 hits. There's no wounds either. Right, you get to punch me back.
In on 2s?
Yes.
That's sustained.
Right.
Wounding on 2s?
Yes.
Rerolling 1s because I'm injured.
Okay.
Still only 5 at AP2.
AP2, so I do get saves. I get 6s. I didn't make any 6s in that entire combat. So that's the end of my turn 2. I've stopped you scoring the central objective.
Yeah.
However, you are going to score this objective over here because they've got an OC of 1.
Yeah.
She's got an OC of 1.
Yeah.
So if you pick her up, you won't score that one because he's got OC of 4. So I'm assuming you're not picking her up again.
She's staying there.
She's staying there, which will get you 8 points on the primaries for scoring those 2 objectives there. I'm going to pick up some points for Bring It Down, which are 2 points for Bring It Down. And I have extended some battle lines as we go to Custodes turn 2. So the start of Custodes turn 2, they're 9 points behind and they want to kill stuff with no prisoners. And also establish a locus, do an action within range of the centre. Here we are at the end of the Custodes movement phase. They want to kill as much stuff as possible and establish a locus. So the wardens are below and they're establishing locus. They're in range of the centre of the battle grid. And then as for killing stuff, well, you decided to walk away from the warriors in the middle with that dreadnought. He passed his battle shock test. He's going to get overwatched in a second by those unit of destroyers down there. All the guns poking out so I can see it. I need a 6, but it's only on 1 wound remaining. I've got 3 CP over there. So that's what's happening around in the middle. As for killing stuff, Sister's running this way. Basically, you're screening the back because you're aware that a couple of units in reserve.
I'm not screening the scarabs per se, but I'm definitely screening the big squad.
The big, nasty squad. And then this movement here, you wanted to get them both off the point because when I shoot you, I would hit them on 2s.
Correct.
So they're both off the point and you've lined a shot all the way down into that Doomstalker in the bottom.
Correct.
To try and kill that one. As for killing the one on the flank, well, you've got a Dreadnought that walked and a Dreadnought that advanced. And you spent a CP.
To advance, shoot and charge with it.
With that one there?
This one here, yeah, who's on the point.
So they're both having a go at that one.
Correct.
And then this one, you stuck its gun out. What were you doing with this one?
So this guy fell back because he's not going to, realistically, he's probably not going to kill you in shooting and melee.
Right.
So he fell back off the objective. So if you get Storm or Overwhelming, I'm not on the middle. And also this Talon should just pick you up with all his guns.
Fell back off the objective in case I get Storm or Overwhelming.
Yeah.
So you're thinking about my secondaries and what I might pull. Genius. I never do that. And with the gun sticking out, you can see those warriors.
Correct.
Okay, so that's a lot of killing. Sister screening here, and then the Venatari jumping forward to actually kill something
to
over
push the
here.
primary off again.
Okay, I like it. So thinking about secondaries, trying to score as much as possible. Let's do some Overwatch. I've got 6 guns there. Looking at this Dreadnought on 1 wound remaining.
3 guns.
3 guns, sorry. I'm thinking about 6s. I just need a 6 because it's lethal. I didn't roll any 6s. I feel like I'm due at least 2.
40k's easy. You roll a few 6s.
It's all we have to do is roll 6s. Like those 2 6s there.
Yep.
They're lethal, they wound.
2 5 ups. They're easy. No, it's dead.
It's dead.
Does it blow up?
Please don't blow up.
No.
It doesn't blow up. I kill the Dreadnought. I got 1. And it's the start of Custodes turn 2, and I finally take down a casualty. Their first casualty. Right, now we're going to shoot lots and lots of guns. Starting off with...
This Dreadnought.
Okay.
2 melter shots.
Yes.
1 hit.
Okay.
Toughness 8.
Toughness 8.
Doesn't wound.
Doesn't wound. What about the one that's advancing and running?
His melters as well.
Yes.
1 hit. 1 wound.
4 up and run. And make my 4 up and vulnerable save.
Shoot some bolters and come back to you.
Okay. Yeah, we did all the bolt shots off camera, winning on 6s. I'm good. So we're on to the big tanks, which are lined up to shoot down the table.
Correct.
But you're not shooting down the table with one of them anymore.
No, I was hoping the melters, there's a chance they kill you, and even if they wounded you, I could split fire with the Telemon possibly.
Yeah.
But, this guy has to die.
He's got 12 wounds remaining.
Yeah, so we'll just go with, say, it's this grav tank here.
Okay.
On 2s.
And that's 3 1s.
And 1 lethal.
Okay. 4 up and vulnerable save, and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine.
And then the little guns.
Yes.
They're not lethal on the little.
Okay.
1 save.
And I take how many?
1 damage.
Just 1 damage.
1 damage.
It's got 11 remaining. I don't think that Dreadnought can kill it
No,
in
so
1 round of close
The
combat.
next big gun's going into it.
Okay.
Next grav tank.
Okay. And this time you hit a lot and wound a lot. Okay.
4 saves.
4 up and vulnerable saves. See, even if I CP re-rolled this,
It cost you 2.
it's going to cost me 2 because of that lady up there. She's very common in tournaments, right? The Cladius.
Yeah, especially singles, moreover, because in teams, you can only take 1 of each faction. So you can only ever take 1 of her because she's Agents of Imperium.
Yeah.
So you'd only see 1 in a team, but in singles, a lot of people play this because she's got the uppy downy, the Vec. She's very good at scoring and denying stuff for your opponent.
Yeah. 4 up and vulnerable saves. 40k's easy if you roll in vulnerable saves. I only fail 1.
I've got 2 CP because you overwatched.
Yeah. Well, do I want to? It's D6 plus 2.
Correct.
And I don't want to spend my 2 CP on the thing.
Okay.
No, it'll be fine because that's only 4 damage. So then the little guns came through as well, and it's on 7 wounds remaining, softened up for the charge from the Dreadnought. What was that?
I don't want to charge.
Why don't you want to charge me? You've
Because
got
it
no
pulls me out into
prisoners.
the open.
Into the open,
Yeah.
into the guns over there.
Into all the guns.
Well, you might have to charge.
Yeah.
So you could shoot it with the Telemon and leave the warriors in the middle.
No chance.
No?
Because I already hold this point, so they're dying next.
Right. So the Telemon is shooting the warriors in the middle. It's got 24 shots, plus blast, extra for blast. So what are we doing?
So this is the Arachna storm cannons.
Right. Has it got another gun
Yeah,
after
it's
this?
got a Spiculus that's D6 plus 3 blast.
Brilliant.
So these are the 24 storm cannons.
Right.
2s. I'm injured, so I'm rerolling 1s.
Okay. That's a lot of shots.
So they all hit.
Yes.
They're strength 6, so 3s.
I can see why people bring 3 of these.
Yeah, normally they bring the fists or 1 fist, 1 gun. This is really nice with a double gun for anti-infantry.
Okay.
Because this is the one thing the list struggles with is...
Anti-infantry.
Yeah, I have interestingly not rolled any dev wounds though.
Okay.
A lot of saves.
What you're saying is I need to make a lot of 5s. That's not enough 5s, they're dead. You've killed a thing for no prisoners. Then you were thinking about shooting with the Venatari over here into the warriors, but I reminded you that I have a strat to move D6 inches if they get shot. So you decided not to shoot them.
Correct.
So that's the end of your shooting phase.
End of my shooting.
You killed a thing so far.
Not as good as last shooting phase.
No, last time hurt a bit. Okay, so we charging here?
Yeah, we'll go with the Venatari first.
Yep, I think you need more than Snake Eyes. And that's a 5. They will get in there. What about that Dreadnought over there? Are you going to go charging in?
So if I don't charge, it lives, but I still hold the point.
Yes.
If I... It's what's it going to kill next turn, basically. Because if I don't go out there, you're not killing anything.
Yeah. It's not doing that much damage, to be fair. Let's see what you mean. Because if you kill one more thing, you're only going to get 1 more point. because you killed a thing, you kill another thing, and that's 4 points. This would be 5 points. You control the objective anyway. You're just worried about the return fire.
I'm worried about the return. Like, you'll kill me, and I'll stand back up, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like, the Overwatch is still a threat.
Yeah.
It's just whether I want to remove assets, and I think I will go for the remove asset play.
Okay. So you're going for the charge.
The one that advanced, he gets +1 to this because he's a walker. He's going 8 inches.
So you make the charge and you attack shock in.
Yeah, I just need to de-risk this a little bit. You're on a 7 wounds, I'm 3 wounds each. So if I can put you down to below 7,
okay,
that's nice.
Okay, so that's a lot of mortal. That is the maximum number of mortal wounds. It's on 1 remaining. Kind of made up for the shooting phase.
Yeah. Would have been better if I'd done in the shooting phase though.
Yeah, 2s.
Yeah, sustained for my whole army this fight phase.
Yep.
So 1 goes in.
Okay.
Strength 12, so 3s.
Can I make 6/4 up and vulnerable saves? No, I can't make 6/4 up and vulnerable saves, and it doesn't blow up. You just kill it, and that's max points for no prisoner. Almost max points for no prisoners. We've got the Venatari. You consolidate a bit to give yourself a bit of cover. Yeah. Now we're coming over here to the Venatari. 5 attacks each. You're going for sustained.
So 2s.
Yes. And then
1 goes back in.
Yes. Strength.
Strength 7 with lance.
So 2s.
Oh, lots of 1s.
So 9. And it's -2. I need a bunch of 6s. I made 2 6s. There's 3 left on there. What's the OC of these guys?
2 each.
Okay.
So with your animation, you should get.
Yeah. So you don't get max points for no prisoners. Just the 4. Then you consolidate to get onto objectives. So you have OC6, I have OC6.
Correct.
I'm going to need to pass a battle shock test. So I'll probably spend the CP.
You reanimate before you do the battle shock though.
And then reanimate before the battle shock.
So if you get 2 guys back, you'll be fine.
I'll be fine, yeah. So you're not going to steal this objective off of me. You have established locus. Correct. You are doing an action with your wardens over there. And you do get 4 points for no prisoners. So we'll add up those points. Let's do the reanimation on camera. I get 2 back in, so I won't need to spend the CP. So you're going to get your points. I'm going to get 5, 3 for the secondaries as we go into Necrons. Turn 3. So at the start of turn 3, it's 29 to 18 in favour of the Necrons. I need to cleanse objectives in no man's land. I should be able to do that. Storm a hostile objective is going to be tricky though, because I can't see any of the objectives that I need to storm. Right, here we are after the Necrons at movement phase. I'm not storming any objectives anytime too soon, but this unit of warriors and this unit of warriors are busy cleansing those 2 objectives down there, which will get me 4 points. Then I had to bring my reserves in. So there's a unit of scarabs over in the corner. I mean, you can come and try and get a unit of scarabs in the corner. That's in case there's extending battle. No, what's the one behind enemy lines or engage or something like that. So there's a unit of scarabs in the corner just chilling. Then the other unit, which is the fall back and shoot unit, is here. And 5 of them can see a Venatari tucked in the cover. Mm-hmm. So we're going to shoot the crap out of them. But do they have a 3-up save or a 2-up save?
2-up save now.
They have a 2-up save as well. So you get 3-up saves against all these shots. Because this is the fallbacky one. But yeah, shots down there. I had to move the Doomsday Arc round because it couldn't see. So now the Canoptic Doomstalker and the Doomsday Arc have got shots all the way up the table to try and take down one of these vehicles over here. I've killed a thing and it's turn 3. I need to do more than kill a thing. So I spent 2 CP, 1 on Chrono Shift and 1 on Dimensional Tunnel. Chrono Shift allows you to move mounted units to 6 inches rather than D6. And Dimensional Tunnel allowed me to go straight through the wall there. Because I've got these 3 big guns looking at Dreadnought number 2 that I want to kill.
Yes.
And I'm not sure they can kill Dreadnought number 2. So I brought this unit round as well, but only the front rank can see is in range to try and plink off the last couple of wounds. I could have pushed them further forward up here, but I am aware that your blade champion thingy dude is in there, and once per battle they can advance and charge.
Correct.
Is it once per battle or all the time?
Once per battle, advance and charge.
Once per battle they can advance and charge.
Always reroll charges.
And re-roll charges as well.
That's his all the time.
Nasty. So yeah, that's why I've stayed quite far back. Kind of given up objectives, but I need to do all I can to try and kill another thing. So let's try and kill another thing. Let's fire 6 heavy destroyers into that Contemptor Dreadnought. I keep saying 6. There's 3. 3 heavy destroyers because it's the 6s I need. Anyway, they moved, but you're in range of an objective, so I'm hitting you on 2s. And only 2 hits. I'm wounding you on 3s, but re-rolling 1s and only 1 wound. I think I'm going to command point the other one.
Yeah.
Only 1 wound. Invulnerable save. Or a flat save. -4?
Okay, yeah, because it was AP3, I have cover. Yeah, 5 up in 1? No.
6 damage. So it's on 4 remaining. I've got 0 CP. Now we're firing the second unit, but only the first rank can actually hit the thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2s to hit you in range of an objective. 5s and 6s are lethal. And a reroll hit rolls a 1, and that's what Lockhurst Destroyers do. So 4 wounds so far. These need 5s. We do that's 6 wounds. 6 at -2 becomes -1.
Well.
Oh yeah, this is the ignore cover. Yeah.
So 4 ups.
And I kill it.
Definitely dead.
I kill it. Shall we roll the d6 now to see if it gets back up again at the end of the phase?
No.
Oh, I killed 2 things. That's amazing. I've increased the number of units I've killed by 100%. Right, we're coming across to the other unit of Lockhurst Destroyers. Only 5 of them can see these bird boys. And we're hitting them on 2s. You're in range of an objective. Re-rolling 1s. 5s and 6s are lethal because I've been led by a Lockhurst Lord. That was a thing like that. Yeah, so I need 5s. And you get 3-up saves, and that is good shooting, Tex. 11 3-up saves. 3 wounds a time. 2 wound damage. Okay. I kill 1
In a bit.
and injure 1. Yeah, that could have gone a lot better. Okay, we're across to the big guns, firing all the way up the table at one of these tanks. Let's do that one, because it's facing the right way. No, we'll shoot the one in the bum, because it's facing the wrong way.
1 CP, -1 to wound.
-1 to wound me for a CP. Yeah. Brilliant. Here is the Canoptic Doomstalker. It stayed still, and it has 7 shots. And because it stayed still, it's going to hit you on 3s. Its gun is heavy. So 3s to hit you. And then instead of wounding you on 3s, I'm going to wound you on 4s.
Yeah.
And it's AP -3. Becomes -2 because there's a load of cover between me and you.
Was that 5?
That was 5, yeah. And that is
9 damage.
9 damage. And then the other big gun on the Doomsday Arc has only 2 shots. 5 wounds to get through. I need everything to hit and wound and you to fail all the things. I'm hitting you on 3s. And I hit once. And it doesn't wound you. No. Yeah, so it's on 5 wounds remaining, and that's the end of my turn. I'm going to pick up 4 points for cleansing a thing and ditch that other card to, what was the other card? Storm a hostile objective? Yeah. I think I'm going to ditch that for a CP. And then in your turn, you are on these 2 objectives, so you are going to get 8.
I'll pick my assassin up.
You're going to pick your assassin up?
Yeah.
Picking the assassin up. The Necrons are still in the lead, only just, as we go on to Custodes turn 3. So it's 26 to 33 for the Necrons. Custodes 7 points behind. You're ditching Mark for Death for a CP.
Yeah.
And you've got overwhelming force, kill stuff in range of objectives. You can do that. And area denial, take the centre of the battle grid. Here we are part way into the movement phase. You advance with this unit?
Correct.
Did a once per battle advance and charge thing and said, did I want to Overwatch? And I said, no. And then you moved the Venatari and said, did I want to Overwatch? And I said, yes.
Please.
So we're going to Overwatch with the Canoptic Doomstalker firing through the tree.
Yeah.
Because it Overwatches on a 5. And we saw what these guys did. They only killed 1.5. But how many shots do I have? 4 shots? Gonna need 5s? Okay.
Never
yeah,
mind.
keep moving your things. And here we are at the end of the Custodes movement phase. What is the plan, Stan?
Kill everything and then see if you can kill me next turn and then you die.
Okay. Because a lot of stuff has stuck its nose out now.
Yeah, I have to push at some point. I need to kill your big guns, and you only have the 2 damage and a couple 6 damage guns over there.
Right.
So, in theory, I should be better off if I can kill the Doomsday and Canoptic this turn.
Okay, so the bike spent a CP to go straight through the wall.
Correct.
And then you've got your 2 nasty units going for area denial in the middle.
Yeah.
She dropped him back over here again.
Yeah.
And everything's on the bottom floor on that objective there.
Correct.
Your tanks aren't on the home field objective to give me the bonus.
One is.
One of them is.
The
one of them.
one isn't.
Right.
Because you probably want to start shooting this one first.
So okay, so that one is.
This one is just on the off chance anything happens.
Yeah.
I should be able to shoot you back here.
But what of the scarabs in the corner, Sam?
I can't deal with them at the moment, and they're OC0, so I'm not too bothered.
Yes, but what of the scarabs in the corner?
If you get behind or engage, it'll be annoying, but it is what it is.
Okay. And the Telemon, you're measuring very carefully to make sure you're in a 24-inch range of something.
Yeah, so it's not out on this line, and it's within 24 of the Doomsday Arc.
Shoot the Doomsday Arc.
Yeah.
And then the Venatari are going to charge something as well.
Correct.
So the Custodes are breaking cover, and now they mean to unleash hell. We're opening up the shooting phase with the Telemon firing everything at the Doomsday Arc. And hits on 2s. With lots and lots of guns. Rerolling 1s, because I injured it earlier on, which is now beginning to feel like a terrible mistake. The Arachnus Storm Cannon strength 6, so you need 5s, but 6s are devastating. And you're rerolling any 1s.
Yep.
There's a few 1s. So we're re-rolling there. That is how much damage does the Dev Wounds do?
9 damage.
Is that 1 damage a time?
1 damage a time.
Phew. So it's still alive. And then these need
4
to...
AP1.
Well, they need to wound.
They were to wound to 5s.
Oh, yeah. So I need 4 threat saves. I've got a bit of cover. Okay, so I took 11 wounds. Still alive. It's got 3 left.
And more guns from it.
There's more guns from it.
D6 plus 3.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
2s.
Right, they all hit.
5s.
And
strength 5, so yeah, it does wound.
it does wound.
But only 1 AP dash.
AP dash. So 3. How much damage does it do?
1 damage.
I'm alive on 3 wounds. Who the what now?
Try and get lucky with the Wardens because they have assault.
To shoot at the Doomsday Arc.
Correct.
But what about the warriors right in front? Maybe you can't kill them all in close combat.
If I can't kill them in close combat, I'm in trouble.
Okay.
So hit on 2s.
Yes.
No rerolls here.
Right.
And then 6s.
Yes.
All 3 at -1, no cover.
Okay, 3 4-up saves then. It's our 1 wound remaining.
2 damage each.
It's 2 damage each. So if I CP this, it keeps it alive.
Correct.
I've got 1 CP. What am I going to use my CP for? Let's keep it alive. It's not alive. It's dead. Does it deadly demise? No, it doesn't. That was good shooting with the Wardens then.
It was a bit lucky, but you know, you got to roll the dice. So.
Okay, so injured Grav Tank shooting at Canoptic Doomstalker.
On 3s.
Yes.
Rerolling 1s now.
Okay, because it's injured.
So you'll hit.
Right.
3s. Twin length.
3 4s coming up. I failed 1. And
6 damage.
Then it got tickled by one of the underslung guns and it took 7 wounds in total. It's on 5 remaining. Grav Tank number 2 firing at the same target. This one hits on 2s though.
2s, no rerolls.
Yes.
You'll hit. And 3s. Twin length. 4 saves.
4 4s coming up. None of the 4s, all of that's minimum 8 damage. And that one deadly demises and blows up right in my lines. The boom took out 3 of the warriors back here. Then we fired away with the Venatari and they didn't manage to wound anything. Now we're onto the bikes with their hurricane bolters. 12 shots into the warriors right in the centre of the battle grid. Hitting on 2s.
They all hit. 5s to wound, twin length.
It's 4s to wound. Strength 4, toughness 4.
Oh, you're only toughness 4.
Yeah.
Okay. But re-rolling now because these are the updated bikes in the latest data slate.
Okay. They're -1 2 damage now. They just used to be AP-1 damage. So these are a lot of 5-up saves. You kill a bunch. So 7 died. I pulled from this side. So his charge, if he wants to charge, goes that way, which is further away from my lines. And that is the end of your shooting phase. This turn he took out 2 vehicles with ease. Boom, boom. Just gone. And now we're charging. What are we charging with?
Bikes will go here.
Bikes are going to go in. That's 9. A 9. They easily make it in there. What about the Wardens?
They're not charging because I don't want to go on a point against you.
Why not? Just put one there. I'll just be +1 to hit when I shoot them when they're on it.
Exactly.
They'll be fine.
2s, things. Go on then. Actually, I'm tempted now because
why?
if you kill the bikes,
yes,
the Wardens will still be there and I'll get things.
Okay.
6.
6? Are you in range?
No.
You're not in range. Well, and you don't have any CP, so that clears that up.
And Venatari back here.
Venatari.
4, they're in.
Okay. So I don't have the CP to interrupt. We're doing the Venatari. 10 attacks into warriors.
Yeah.
2s to hit with sustained.
Correct. And then 2s.
2s because of lance, yes. 10 6s coming up. No, that wiped out. Those warriors are completely wiped out. And you're not consolidating. Why aren't you consolidating, Sam?
I can't go to the point because I can still go to this unit.
Yes.
This unit, they may not kill me, But they still get to fall back and shoot. I would stop them doing actions and advancing, but they'll still be able to see the Wardens, they'll still be able to see the Venatari.
Right.
And there is the chance that you do possibly kill me and also pile on to the point.
Yeah, because that Lord there has got 4 attacks. Hitting on 2, strength 8, -3, 2 damage, so he could kill them.
And you could just chip that 1 wound off with the rest of this unit.
Yeah.
And with your piling and consolidate, you might get onto this point.
Yeah.
So it's not worth
and it gives up points.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Okay. Then we came into the fight in the middle where the Virtus Praetors absolutely annihilated the last 3 remaining warriors. That's the end of Custodes turn 3. That allows them to pick up overwhelming force and area denial and propels them into the lead, and it pushes me off of every single objective except the linchpin one in my backfield as we go on to Necrons turn 4. So at the start of my turn 4, it's exactly 36 points each, and that's after I add all my primaries, and I need to defend my stronghold and sabotage a thing, get rid of sabotage a thing for a CP. And I need to establish a locus somewhere.
Don't you wish you had Ophidians?
Ophidians would be good, because then I'd be able to...
Uppy downy.
Yeah, I can't do that now.
Nope.
No. So, in my own movement phase, I try to advance the little unit of scarabs to try and screen off the warriors. I rolled a 1. So they're holding back here. And then the idea is, kill your Wardens, kill the Venatari, kill the bikes.
Yes.
That's the plan. And I'll move these round so we can shoot through that down into all the Wardens over there.
Yeah.
And these guys round so we can shoot all the way up the table. While this unit holds on and starts defending my stronghold. I'm not establishing locuses anywhere. But I'd like to kill more than 3 models. It's turn 4. We want to try and kill more than 3. So we're going to start off shooting with this unit here.
These guys at the start of the phase will activate their 4-up Feel No Pain.
So they've got a 4-up rerollable now.
Yeah.
A 4-up and a 4-up. And they have a 2-up save because I'm firing through trees. No, a 3-up save because I'm firing through trees. And this isn't the one that ignores cover. But I have to pick this unit first. Otherwise you'll pick from that side. And then the other unit won't be able to... No, if I shoot from that side, then you'll pull away.
Shoot
so
here, but yeah, you can't shoot there.
Yeah. And then the idea is shoot them with that charge the Venatari and get onto that objective. That's the plan. All right, let's shoot them with all the guns. So I'm hitting on 3s. I'm not re-rolling anything because that's the closest eligible target. But fortunately, almost everything hit. And 5s and 6s are lethal. And then 5s to wound. 7 3-up saves. And then 2 damage a time. So you feel no pains.
On the Warden, takes 2.
Brilliant. It's not dead.
No.
Right, let's do the same with unit number 2. And you are the closest eligible target, so I can re-roll some stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll just count out my dice again.
Yeah.
I missed a gun. I shot you with 1 less. I've got another gun in that unit.
Shoot me.
Okay. They're lethal. Okay, 3 more saves. Because I'll count them out for the second volley. Ooh! Ooh.
So the first guy, dead. Takes 2, cool.
I kill 1 and 1's on a wound. Right, unit number 2. So 3s, re-rolling any 1s. And then 5s, ignoring cover. That's 13 4-up saves. Each doing 2 damage. 1's on a wound. So I might actually hurt some stuff.
So the first guy?
Yes. He's dead. Right.
And then the next guy can eat 2.
Yes.
He takes a wound.
Just 1, right, okay.
And then he can eat another 1. Takes another wound.
Right.
He's dead.
Right. I kill 2.
You kill 2 and 1 takes a wound.
Okay, there's a dude on a wound, any character.
Yeah.
And because they got a 5-up Feel No Pain, the 3 big guns from the heavy destroyers will come into the bikes.
Yes.
You're in range of an objective. I'm hitting you on 2s. And I hit you all the time, and with strength bajillion.
T7, mate.
With strength 14, I think. Yeah, 14 versus toughness 7, so 2s, they all wound, and they're all 4-up invulnerable saves, or death. Not death. You make every single save.
Easy peasy.
That's the end of my shooting phase. I killed a couple more models though, which is huge. And now this unit of destroyers are going to charge. And we charge 9. So we've got them surrounded, boys. I'm going to start off with the destroyers because you're on a wound. I hit you on 3s. No rerolls here. Wound on 5s. I'm trying to chip off that last wound. I do chip off the last wound. So there's 1 on 2 wounds. Then my lord hits 3 times at strength high. 8, so 3s to wound. You need to make all your invulnerable saves, or he's dead. He's dead. I did a thing. I started killing more Custodes. It's good. I did a thing, and I'm starting to defend my stronghold. However, in the Custodes' turn, they're picking up the 8 points for being on these 2 objectives here. Oh, and that as well. You've got the central one, which is why I was shooting at the bikes, trying to kill the bikes, but you made every single invulnerable save. As we've got a Custodes turn 4. So it's 49 to 36. The Custodes are now in the lead, and they want to get behind enemy lines and do containment actions. So here we are, partway into the movement phase again, because I'm going to do some Overwatch. The last remaining Warden plus the bikes are coming down for their squad here. Correct. To annihilate them. And the Dreadnought, you spent a CP to bust straight through the wall of that ruin.
And then also advance and charge.
Yeah.
And shoot.
Advance, charge, shoot. He's coming down this way. And then the Telemon stepped out, and he's the fella that I'm overwatching. And we need to resolve this, because then it depends how far you want to move the tanks.
Yeah, if I want to put a grav tank in the middle or something.
Yes. So I'm going to shoot you with the really big guns, because he's on 5 wounds remaining.
He's got -1 damage, and he's also got feel no pain, remember?
Yeah, it's going to be fine. I'm going to hit you 3 times on 6s, no problem. I miss. Right, you can keep moving. Then you move your tanks round. So this hull is now overhanging that base. It can shoot up at the destroyers, and you're double teaming the point just in case they destroy the Telemon.
Yeah.
And then the other one sort of couldn't really see anything, so it's going to be shooting at scarabs. Yeah. Told you they're going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Shoot at the scarabs. And then you couldn't get behind enemy lines because I'm zoning out quite well.
You have to make some charges, yeah.
Yeah. So this assassin is containing on this edge. The sisters are containing on the other edge.
Correct.
Maximising those containment things.
She's also within 12 of this unit, so you can't do any strats.
Okay. And yeah, it's going to be the charges that will get you behind enemy lines if you want behind enemy lines. But now we're going to go on to the shooting phase. We've got plenty of guns. So the grav tank shooting at the heavy destroyers.
On 2s.
Yes.
They all hit.
Nice.
Toughness?
6, 7?
Well, it's twin linked.
Right.
They definitely all wound.
Gonna need 6s against that. I don't make any 6s against that. They're 4 wounds each. The first one's dead.
2,
dead.
And then the last one's dead.
Definitely dead. You wipe them. 1 unit of destroyers wiped out. Is the Dreadnought shooting in?
No, because I've only got 1 unit, one model that's within 6 inches, so it's a 5-inch charge.
Right.
So I kill more, you pull out. I could shoot the Telemon and the Contemptor into you.
Yes.
But the main thing here is locking you down because this unit doesn't fall back and shoot.
No.
So, and they can't shoot into or out of combat.
Correct.
So the main objective is get behind and tag you. So you just
stop them shooting. Nice.
No shooting over here for the same reason. I don't want to make the charge longer.
Okay.
And then we're just going to start with the charges because I've got no shooting. Oh, I've got the grav tank into your scarabs.
Grav tank into scarabs. The scarabs are going to be fine.
They probably will be.
Because this tank hits on 3s. This one's a little bit injured.
3s re-rolling 1s.
See? You only hit twice.
Kills destroyers, but not scarabs.
And you only...
Twin linked.
Only wound once. D6 plus 2. No save.
4 damage.
4 damage there, 4 wounds each. You kill a tiny little scarab base.
And then the little guns.
Okay.
Reroll 1s. They're sustained.
Okay.
Toughness.
2.
So 5 wounds -1, but you have cover.
Okay. I need 6s.
Yeah.
You kill another. You kill 2 scarab bases. And that's the end of the shooting phase. So we come back here for a 5-inch charge from a Dreadnought, and you don't have any CP.
I get +1 to this because of the detachment.
Okay. And that's an 8. He goes in there, and it'll lock down that unit of Lockers destroyers. On the other flank, the Blade Champion needs a 5 as well, and that's a 5 he just gets there.
And the bikes.
And the Virtus Praetors, they get in as well. So let's start the 5 phase with the Dreadnought, picking sustained.
Hitting on 2s.
Okay.
Nice. And then strength 12, T6 at 2s.
I need 5-up saves, and the Dreadnought wiped out 3. Then we're across to the other flank. Who the what now?
So Blade Champion's going to use his 3 damage precision because he gets the +1 damage from the enhancement, +1 strength, and +1 attack. So it's...
You're trying to kill my lord.
Kill your lord. 7 attacks, hitting on 2s, winning on 3s.
Okay.
6s explode. So get 1 extra.
Right.
And then 3s.
And you can put this all on the lord.
Yep, so 2 at a time on the lord because he has an invuln.
And it's 3 damage a time. So he's on He's half dead. Now he's dead unless a CP reroll it.
You can't because of that.
I can't because of that thing. So now he's dead. So then these are AP minus 2. So these are 5-up saves. Okay, he kills 2 more. Then the Warden has a go. And he hits 4 times.
Yeah.
And wounds 4 times at AP 2 damage. Kills another one. Then I pulled from the front to stop the Vertus Praetors from fighting. So they just piled in.
Correct.
And then when they consolidate, they can tag me as well.
Yeah.
And they tagged me. And then I punched back with some destroyers and didn't do anything. Then around this side, I fought with my destroyers and wounding on 6s with a 2-up save. Didn't do anything. But the Lord will have a go. And he hits all the times. But he needs 5s to wound. He wounds once.
EP3?
Yes.
5-up.
I tickle him, take a couple of wounds off. And by taking a couple of wounds off, I've just made him better.
Yep.
You can reroll hit rolls of 1. At the end of the fight phase, I do have Resurrection Orbs on my Lord, so I could pop the Res Orb and do a lot of recovering of wounds, and then I've got reanimation in my turn as well. But before we do that, let's add up some things, because you got behind enemy lines.
Yep.
And you got 6 points for containment.
Correct.
And I'm going to pick up Defend Stronghold and just 3 points for holding on to this objective down here. So then at the start of turn 5, that'll bring the score 42 points to 58 for the Necrons. I'm 16 points behind. And I've got these guys that can't fall back and shoot. I've got these guys tagged up in combat that can't fall back and shoot and can't shoot in and out. I've got a lone Scarab up there and some warriors. And I'm 16 points behind. And you're going to get 5, 10, 13 points on the primaries.
Maybe even that one.
And maybe even this one as well. Roaring even further into the lead. So before we go on to turn 5, I think I might have to run up the white flag and say this is the way the world ends. So while I've conceded, then we went away and had a look at some cards and added up some points and things. Because when you do tournament stuff, you need to find out what the final score is. And add on the 10 points for the painting standard. So my final score is 52. Then you'd have matched out the linchpin stuff.
Yeah.
And then the last couple of objectives on the secondaries you could have scored as well. Which gives the Custodes a fantastic 94 points to the Necrons 52. But I did manage to kill 8 models.
Yep.
So I'd take that as a moral victory.
Actually killed 9 because one of them stood back up again.
Oh yeah, I killed one of them twice. Despite the final score, I really enjoyed myself. I love playing this game, and I love seeing what armies can do and what little tips and tricks and things there are out there. And this Custodes army was absolutely frightening. And my Necrons were kind of doing okay until they weren't. Sam, I was shocked. It was interesting to see how many cards you burned. Like you burned again and again.
Yeah, so normally I play teams, so pushing a differential is really important.
What's that mean?
So each 5 points is an extra point for yourself, so it's on the 20-0 system. So like a draw would be if the game finished within 5 points
Yes.
of each other. This game I think was roughly 18-2 because there's like a 40-point differential.
Right.
So just I'm ingrained to push that differential at all times. So having not only the pieces in your army, so like Ophidians for you if you had them, for the uppy downy, get your secondaries.
Yes.
And you can aggressively burn cards to make sure you're always pushing your score up.
Right.
Because 40k at the end of the day is primary and then secondaries. The primary is like putting the pressure on.
Yes.
So you put the pressure on by making me come and deal with you, but your units probably weren't resilient enough.
Yeah.
And with your secondary score, early game it was good because you had the assets available.
Yeah.
When you start losing your assets, especially your guns, and you can't kill me, and then you don't have the fast mission play, you really struggle with your secondaries, and that's where the score gets away from a lot of people.
Yeah. So at tournament play, what would you expect to see from a Necron list typically?
So
what are the units you see all the time?
So you see the Doomsday Arcs, I think they're great.
Yeah.
I think the Canoptics aren't the best because the Doomstalkers, because they hit on 4s inherently.
Yeah.
So what you normally see is like the Silent King. You have one of the Hexmarks Destroyer who's lone up with the -1 damage.
Yeah.
So you put the King on -1 damage. He goes out, he shoots a load of stuff, and if he gets shots, he reactive moves back.
Yes.
You might see like a Wraith Brick or something, because your issue is you've got a lot of guns.
Yeah.
You don't have the melee. Wraiths aren't the biggest melee threat, but what they take is a lot of killing.
Yes.
A lot of firepower, a lot of shooting to deal with.
One big Wraith Brick with the Technomancer.
Yeah.
Just to gum stuff up.
And if they get shot, they can react to moves, so you still have the little trick. So if this would be like your natural expansion, for example. So
Yes.
you put your Wraith Brick here. For me to deal with that, I'd have to bring in at least the Wardens, the Bikes. I'd have to shoot with grav tanks and probably 1 or 2 Dreadnoughts to kill that Wraith Brick.
Yeah.
Because it's particularly tough and annoying to kill.
Yeah.
And that allows the rest of your army to function with its guns, because you've got great firepower.
Yeah.
But then you also just need a few scoring assets.
It says great firepower. Didn't kill that much.
I mean, it swings and roundabouts, right? We both have 4-up invulns to a certain extent. Like
Yeah.
I had one turn of shooting where I didn't kill anything.
Yeah.
Then my other turns I just picked your stuff up.
Yeah.
So I think your firepower is good. With the assault, you're fast.
Yeah.
So you just need to really build into that as well.
You know the team that you play with?
Yeah.
If you'd have lost this day.
Oh, I'd have to retire. I was so actually nervous. I'm never nervous, but I was so nervous playing this. Normally you just play Heresy and have a chill game. I got not got to think about anything. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to do it. I wanted to show the viewers competitive 40k and just some of the filth that's out there.
Yeah, and this is like a nice middle ground. We're using nice terrain still.
Yeah.
And we're still in a friendly game. No gotchas, nothing.
Yeah.
It's
I think there's one way to play competitive play where I'm out there to destroy you. There's another way to play competitive play where I'm trying to do the best I can do with my army.
Yeah.
And you're trying to do the best I can do with your army, and we're trying to help each other be the best version of that army.
Yeah, and hopefully that helps for your future games. When you play the bigger games, you just understand how to play, certain things a little bit better, maybe a little bit more optimal. You're not taking you're not being gamey, but it just improves your play. So
And the best way to improve your play is to help your opponent be as brutal as they can be, and tell them about the gotchas and tell them about all the things that you're going to do, so they have the opportunity to do them against you, and then you can practice your game as best as possible.
You just get lots of reps.
Get lots of reps. Like, how many games of TTS do you play a week?
I probably average. I'm probably on the low side. I average 2 to 3 a week.
Just 2 to 3.
So 2 to 3 a week. If coming for like WTC or a big event like the month before, I'll be playing 2 games a day for a month.
Right.
Minimum.
Do you ever get like?
I do get burnouts. That's why I play Heresy. I love Heresy. Like after WTC last year, I didn't play 40k for 2 months, and we were just playing Heresy. Yeah, which was great.
I think next time you come around, we'll just play a Heresy game.
Definitely. And I'm not very good at Heresy.
Are you practicing building up for anything right now on the tournament?
We just did the ITT, which was a big team event in the UK. We've got scrims against some of the USA and Finland coming up. But, nothing. It's kind of maintenance time, and we've got a lot of singles and stuff. But that's just
Right, who is the best team in the world? I don't even know. I just work here. Who's the ones to look out for? Well, I mean, which countries should we be proud of out there?
So the French team won it last year,
right?
And they are very, very good.
Yes.
But one close to home, probably for you, is the Polish.
Right. Okay.
The Polish have been good for years and years. They've won it multiple times, and they're probably one off, if not the best team out there, just over the past 10, 15 years.
Okay. Nice. Well, congratulations to everyone who does play at those events, and the French. Big up the French. Doesn't happen very often, but let's big up the French.
They won something finally.
They won something finally, and thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed this battle report. If you've got any questions and things, chuck them in the chat, and I'll poke Sam to make sure he answers some of your questions. Yeah. There you go. I've just that'll take up an hour of your time.
Thank you very much.
No problem. And he'll answer every single one. Question that you might have. That'd be wargaming.